like 0 degrees. I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary, gotta let out the streets. Locked in a cage, I'ma let out the. Wake up, get out the sheets. We came for war, man, forget my peace. You take the west, I'll take on the east. I'ma put them in the cage, never let out the. Yeah, I hear him chat in the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Man so tough, but mans keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls, let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution. Beg, please get on your knees. Came from the jungle, up in the trees. I got a few tricks up in the sleeve. One wrong move, I'ma let out the. Big shoes, check out the crease. Blow like I'm Bigfoot, step on the beat. Make a man's run till he step out the cleats. When the whole place scream, gotta get out the. Yeah, I hear him chat in the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Man so tough, but mans keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls, let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Yeah, I hear him chat in the noise. Can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Mans keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. Let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Yeah, I hear him chat in the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Man so tough, but mans keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls, let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution. Cold like 0 degrees. I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary, gotta let out the streets. Locked in a cage, I'ma let out the. Wake up, get out the sheets. We came for war, man, forget my peace. You take the west, I'll take on the east. I'ma put them in the cage, never let out the. Yeah, I hear him chat in the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Man so tough, but mans keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls, let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution. Beg, please get on your knees. Came from the jungle, up in the trees. I got a few tricks up in the sleeve. One wrong move, I'ma let out the. Big shoes, check out the crease. Blow like I'm Bigfoot, step on the beat. Make a man's run till he step out the cleats. When the whole place scream, gotta get out the. Yeah, I hear him chat in the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Man so tough, but mans keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls, let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Yeah, I hear him chat in the noise. Can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Mans keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. Let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Yeah, I hear him chat in the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Man so tough, but mans keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls, let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution. Cold like 0 degrees. I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary, gotta let out the streets. Locked in a cage, I'ma let out the. Wake up, get out the sheets. We came for war, man, forget my peace. You take the west.
I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call and quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You
back.
Yo.
Back with Down to the Wire. Had a few weeks off. Had some technical difficulties, but now we back, man. Back
We
with
back.
Lee
We
and
back.
Sebastian. How y'all feeling, man?
Oh
Ooh,
man,
it's been a rough weekend. Just for us Yankee fans, but this is a football show, so we're not gonna go there.
it's officially basketball season for me. I feel like y'all teams are still alive a little bit in football,
Yeah.
which is cool. My team ain't, and my baseball team went out about as sad as you can go. So it's Knicks, bro. Knicks tape, bro. It's time. Big cat.
Okay. Okay. Well, our teams are definitely still in it. But let's talk about Lee's team. The Jets. They just played on Thursday. Played the Texans. Texans. I don't know. They're hurting right now, but Jets were able to capitalize. It wasn't a pretty game at first, but got the job done. So Lee, what's your takeaways, man? Like, are the Jets back?
I don't know, man. What's things about the Jets is they're gonna end up going on a little run. They're gonna miss the playoffs by like one game, and they're gonna get like the 17th pick or something,
Yeah.
So it's like, because I think they still have a shot to make the playoffs. If you look at the schedule, I think they're favored in pretty much every game except their last game against the Bills. So they have an easy schedule coming up. They looked good against the Texans, so it's like, a part of me still believes. I don't know if it's belief or hope, because they're gonna have to pretty much run the table to get to the playoffs. I don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, for fantasy, it's at least good because we saw Garrett and Devontae both have success in the same game. So I think that was probably one of the concerns, especially for Garrett Wilson owners. Probably worried about Devontae coming in, but I think they proved they can both coexist there with Aaron Rodgers. So I need to see another week. I'm not gonna say they're gonna make the playoffs. They got one win in their past like 5 games or something like that. So we'll see what happens. And like you said, the Texans were banged up too. They had really no one on offense going. So it's kind of hard to judge. But yeah, I'm holding out hope. We'll see.
I want to say the Jets are back, but I didn't see the game. I'll be honest with you. I was preoccupied doing some other stuff, trying to make some runs. I was trapped in New York on Halloween. But in general, I like what that box score showed me as far as Adams and Wilson. I think Lee already spoke to that. But to me, the Jets are in control of their own destiny, man. They have a good enough defense. As long as Aaron Rodgers is playing to the level that he can play at, they now have weapons on offense. Their offensive line is still trash. They haven't fixed that. That's always going to be the biggest problem if he can stay healthy. Like, they're one sack away from the season being over. It's always been the case, though. But they've lost some games that they definitely could have and should have won, specifically that Patriots game. So now they're not in the running, in my opinion, for the division title itself. So now they're looking at wild card options, and the AFC is pretty stacked. So if I had to bet on it, I would say yes, they do. But
they make the playoffs?
Yeah, I would say yes, but that's just because I'm a Rodgers guy and I'm an Adams guy. So that's really hoping against hope, and just protect the guy, bro. If you could just get another tight end in there and just chip block, bro. Like, I don't care. Yeah. They got everything you need on paper. There's no reason why the team can't win games on paper.
The one thing that I didn't mention earlier that really scares me and I can't commit to them is their atrocious run defense. So they lost. That was one of their biggest strengths last year, their D-line. And for whatever reason, they let everyone go, and they thought Hassan Reddick could just replace everyone. So they lost Franklin Myers. That was a big piece up the middle. They lost the other Quentin Jefferson, I believe, and they lost Huff, obviously, and then Reddick coming in the past couple of weeks. We'll see how he does when he gets up to speed more, but they cannot stop the run. Every week they're getting gashed. Like, even this game against the Texans, Joe Mixon put up over 100 yards. Even though Houston really had no receivers, all they had was Tank Dell. So you would think they could just sell out and try to stop Joe Mixon. Didn't work. I mean, we've seen it all season long. Started with, I think it was James Conner went against them. Like, just look at every game they play. Every running back is going over 100 yards for them. So it's going to be hard to go on like a 6-7 game win streak if you're getting run up and down the field. So I'm not really worried about the offense, which is kind of crazy, but it's the defense that I think is going to be their problem.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think it's like one of those things where it's just like the Jets are like, are they putting it together or are they just kind of squeaking along? You know, like it still could go either way. I mean, Devontae Adams has only been there like a couple weeks. Um, you know, him and Rogers could make a run. Maybe they could do some stuff. I think that division is like already just tough in general, so that probably goes against them too, like the Bills and Dolphins. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. I guess on the flip side, like, what do you guys think it says for the Texans?
I think the Texans will be fine. Diggs out for the year though. That's rough. Sad to see. But I do believe in CJ Stroud. He hasn't had like a really amazing year to this point, but I believe in him. I think he's great.
Yeah.
And they have weapons. Like Tank Dell is going to be heavily featured now. Question is, I know he's on IR. Is he out for the season too? Not Tank. I forget his name.
Nico?
Collins. Is he out for the season?
No, he's coming back in a
Right.
couple of weeks, I think.
Yeah. So like,
Yeah.
as long as they're able to get Collins and Dell back, like they're going to lose Diggs. They have some other injuries, but I think they'll be fine. Like I think we have a discussion on who's going to win each division later. I feel like the Texans are still going to be a focal point in that. I don't think what we saw from this game is an issue. I didn't realize that the Jets' run defense was so bad till Lee pointed it out. But I was going to say Mixon had 100 yards and a touchdown, but apparently the Jets don't have real defenders back there. So I don't know. I don't think this game is enough for me to be down on the Texans. If it continues, though, like 13 points isn't going to cut it in the NFL.
Yeah.
So it's just not.
Yeah. I think the Texans, they're like good, but they didn't take a step forward that we all thought they would be or would be doing compared to last year. I think Stroud, you mentioned Stroud. He's not having a bad year, but he's not having a crazy year. He's kind of just having a pretty mid year.
Like with the level of weapons that he's had. I mean, again, Collins got hurt and Diggs is out now. With the level of weapons that he's had, I thought he was going to be putting up MVP numbers. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair to him, all his weapons haven't been healthy altogether. Like even earlier in the year, Mixon was out. Now Diggs is out. Nico's been out. So it's like he hasn't really had everyone. But I think if he gets Nico back in a couple of weeks, if they can continue to lean on Joe Mixon, who I think has been quietly one of probably the biggest, besides Derrick Henry, he might be one of the bigger pickups in the offseason that no one's really talking about, especially in fantasy. I mean, I think he's only played, this is off the top of my head, I think he's only played maybe 4 or 5 games, but he's put up 20 points in like at least half of those, I think. So even with Stroud kind of, again, he's not struggling, but he's not carrying them as much as they could. I think they could still lean more on that run game with Joe Mixon. And like you said, the division, there's no one in that division that scares you at all. Texans are 6-3 at the top right now. And then you got the Colts at 4-4. Maybe Joe Flacco has another miracle run in him now that they benched Anthony Richardson, but I'm still not taking the Colts over the Texans. And then obviously at the bottom, you got the Jaguars and the Titans. They're not going to be doing anything. So the division is there for them. So I think they'll just because of the division, they'll get in the playoffs. Yeah.
They're also 3-0 already in the division. Like it's like they're good.
Yeah. So they'll make the playoffs, but I kind of see them being a one and done. Like I can see them losing the first round.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, it's tough. I mean, I agree with you, Lee. Like I think like Texans are just they haven't taken that step forward. It's weird because like I don't know. You think that they would be able to compete. It doesn't look like they would, and I guess you can say that maybe they took a step back. Maybe I think we talked about it like one of our earlier shows. I think it was the one actually with Dejan. He said a lot of people weren't talking about CJ Stroud if he's taking like a step back. Because like everybody was like so wowed with like the rookie year, like nobody's like, okay, now they got tape. So it's like it's not necessarily that he's bad, but like now that you have the tape on him and everything like that, he's not looking the same way. So probably seeing some effects of that along with like the injuries. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna make a deep run. I mean, I think they'll be competitive. Like you can't really count them out, but it just doesn't seem like they have it right now.
Yeah, man, the AFC is just too strong for me to expect them to win multiple playoff games with what they've looked like so far. I wouldn't be confident that they could beat even the Jets. Like they just lost to the Jets. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, like going into the year, it was like the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Texans were like the sneaky third team. But I think even though they're 6-3, I don't think they're close to the Chiefs or the Bills.
Lee just ignoring the title of the video. That's crazy.
Oh, and the Ravens. Sorry, and the Ravens. Yeah.
And the Ravens. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, because the Texans were supposed to be on that level, but they're
Mhm.
clearly the Stroud just hasn't taken that leap yet.
Yeah. I mean, we're already talking about division, so like let's hop into like that next question. It's just like who's winning like these different divisions. I mean, right now, like let's start with the AFC East. I mean, the AFC East, you have like the Bills are leading it 6-2, and the next team is Jets at 3-6. So is that one done? Is it Bills?
Yeah,
Done,
that one's
done.
done. That one's done. That's done.
It's
That's a
done,
lot.
bro. I was gonna let Lee try to tell it, but he knows.
Nah, it's a lie. I mean,
GG's, bro.
more so than just the record. Just look at like the points for, points against thing. It's like I think the Bills are 230 points for to 146 points against. It's like one of the best ratios, and might not actually.
I think it's
Looking
the
at it now, I think
Lions is the only
it might
one.
be the best
that's-
ratio.
No, I
in
think
the
the
AFC.
Lions
Oh,
is
the
in
Lions.
the AFC.
Yeah. The Lions have the best
Yeah,
one.
in the NFC,
second
yeah.
best. Yeah. But
So-
I mean, you could even argue that the Lions is kind of probably inflated.
It's skewed, yeah.
But you guys don't think the Dolphins with Tua back can string some together?
I think they're too far back.
Yeah.
Like they're 3 games back now.
Yeah.
Wait, do they play the Bills? They played them one more time, right? They played them once.
Probably. They're 2-5 right now because they had a bye. Looking at the schedule, they play the Bills this week.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, they play the Bills today. So yeah, play Bills today, and then they have the Rams, Raiders, New England, Green Bay, Jets, Houston, San Fran, Cleveland, and then Jets again. So I mean, there's some games in there that they can win. I mean, there's definitely some tough ones. I mean, I think if they were gonna make a run, it starts now. Like they would have to get the Bills, and then Rams is possibility, Raiders is possibility, New England's possibility. So
I feel like my issue with the Dolphins is that they've already lost 3 home games, and that's like their advantage.
Yeah.
So it's like
sure.
Those early home games are big for them, but they're 2-5. I think they're similar to they're 1 game behind the Jets. Like they have to do this. They're in the same boat. They gotta pretty much run the table.
Yeah.
I don't see it happening. So
Yeah. Okay. Let's keep it moving. Next one. What do we have on here? I don't even know what's next on the list.
stay in AFC.
Oh yeah. No, jump into the NFC.
Nah, he jumped around.
We're jumping
You
around.
know
we're
what
gonna
he
we're jumping to the NFC South. NFC South. So right now we
Okay,
have,
we're just going.
we're going random. We're going random. So the
Alright,
Falcons are leading at 5-3.
Ooh,
And then next you have the Buccaneers at 4-4, and then at the bottom it's like Saints 2-6, Panthers 1-7.
Yeah, this division is kind of crazy. I really don't know who to pick. I was big on Baker and the Bucks a couple of weeks ago, but now with Godwin out, that's such a huge loss. Evans is banged up too. He's supposed to be coming back, so I don't know if I can really trust them going forward. There's not that without Godwin, that offense isn't scary enough to carry that defense. The Falcons are clearly in first now. On paper, they got the best team. I'm not gonna lie, I'm loving Kirk Cousins. If I had to, I think the Falcons. It's the easy answer because they're in first now, but I got to go to Falcons. I'm not even gonna mention the Saints. The Saints are kind of sneaky, but no, I'm not picking Derek Carr.
That is
the Panthers.
2-horse race between the
Yeah.
Bucks and the Falcons right now.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, it's got to be the Falcons. They're already 4-0 in the division. They already have like a winning record. Like they've won their season in the division already.
Yeah.
It's like it's it, man. Like it's gonna be them unless they really fumble the rest of this thing. So,
I mean,
Also, shout out Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is coming around the last couple of weeks.
He has
So
been. He has been. And they are 4-0. Who are those wins against though? Did they? Because
one of them is definitely the Eagles. I remember that.
Well, that's not a division game, so
I know. I just wanted to point it out.
like, but they let's see, and to your point, they've beaten Tampa Bay twice.
That's what I'm saying. It's
So
Oh, they
over.
already played.
It's
Yeah, so there you
they
go.
beat
over,
It's
Tampa
a
Bay
bro.
wrap.
twice.
It's a
So
wrap.
wow,
It's
that
a
is
It's
wrap.
big.
over, bro.
That
It's
is
over.
It's a
big. So
wrap.
it's theirs to lose, really. Unless they lose one to. I mean, they do play Carolina last game of the season.
It's another
Which
win.
I'm saying it could be a one where they have to show up and they really don't want to.
If the Falcons don't win this division, I can't
It's a
respect
choke.
Kirko ever.
Yeah, it's a
bro.
choke job. It's a choke job if they don't
I'm
win.
already like, yo, Kirko and all that. Like, come on, man. You fumble this one is terrible. There would need to be an injury, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting though because I think you're right, but I also like in the division they're 5-3, right? Tampa Bay is 4-4. They're 4-0 in the division. Tampa's 1-2. So if let's say the Saints get a win, right? They play the Saints in 2 weeks. If the Saints beat them, it comes down to they have to play that Carolina game. If it's close. That's all I'm saying.
If the season comes down to that Carolina game, they've already choked, in my opinion. But are they really going to lose that game?
No, but what I'm saying is like you're saying it doesn't have to be a choke job. They're one game up. They're 5-3. Tampa's 4-4. So that's what I'm saying. If they lose to the Saints, it's the same record. So you know what I'm saying? Like they could be jostling. I could see them jostling for position, and then it's like they have to play the Panthers week 18. Like that's not an unrealistic. That's like there's a way where they can do that without choking it away.
And this is why I absolutely hated the decision to keep Godwin in. Because if Godwin was still playing for this year, then we'd have something to talk about.
Yeah.
Now, when is Evans back? Like we don't even know. Like I know I like I have him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
and yeah,
and
they have they can't figure out their run game either. So like it was really Baker, Godwin, and Evans is carrying that team. And like I'm looking now at, I just looked up like total defensive stats. If you go by total yards on the season, the 3 worst teams giving up the most yards are the Saints, the Panthers, and the Bucks.
Oh, wow.
So it's pretty bad division.
Well, that's because Big Kirko out here throwing that thing, bro.
That is true. Kirko was dropping 500 on them, but
and they probably played the Lions at some point because they going crazy.
So I think it's the Falcons to lose though.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't disagree.
Falcons do have a -1 point differential though, which is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
And the Bucks are +20. The Bucks are +22.
Yeah. That's something to think about.
But different team, yeah.
Yeah, definitely a tough division. All right. Next we got the AFC South. So we're looking at we just did the AFC South. So let's
talked about it a little bit already.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Texans, but yeah, Texans, Colts, Jaguars, and Titans. Texans are 6-3. Colts are 4-4. Jaguars, Tennessee are at the bottom. So do we think Colts can make a run, Flacco? Like
I do actually think they can make a run. I think the Texans will take the division and they should. Mm-hmm. But I like Flacco, bro. And if they can get Pittman involved in the offense in some way, like they have almost everything you need to be competitive. So I don't know. I mean, I think the Texans will take it. I just believe in Stroud too much to deny them.
Yeah.
And if Collins is back in a week or two, then sure. But
I mean,
I think the Colts are going to make it interesting.
The thing is, though, the Colts lost to the Texans twice already. So
yeah.
I don't know if they'll catch them because they don't have the tiebreaker, but I don't know.
This is the same situation as the Falcons and the Bucks.
Yeah,
it's just
you can't sleep on Flacco.
Yeah, Flacco or Baker. Who do you believe in more?
Does this do you think the balance? I mean, the offense definitely has to be more balanced, right? Because now they actually have a passing offense. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, we forget about Jonathan Taylor, man. Like Jonathan Taylor is like he's there, but I mean, like if Flacco can actually get the ball to the receivers, does that open him up so like they're not stacking the box anymore because they know Richardson can't throw?
Oh yeah, 100%. Because they got good receivers, Alec Pierce, Pittman, Josh Downs. Like and it's been proven so far this year that when Flacco is playing, all those guys are startable in fantasy.
Yeah.
But like,
is Flacco Hall of Famer?
No.
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 I don't think he has the regular season numbers.
His numbers are very comparable to some other Hall of Famers. That's all I'll say.
Do
One
you?
of them might even be my favorite player of all time. I'll just say that.
And he's got.
I
the
think
Super
he's a.
Bowl.
And he's
I
got
think
a-
he's a. I think he's a one tier below that Big Ben, Eli, Phillip Rivers
Okay.
level. I think he's one tier below.
I could see that. I will say in his Ravens,
He's like that Matt Ryan. He's like Matt Ryan too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But in those
yeah.
Ravens years, he was like, and similar to
But-
Matt Ryan, like he was on his way.
That's the thing, though.
Those Ravens were stacked.
If
though.
Matt Ryan
But he
would
was
have
on his
won
way.
that Super Bowl, he's a Hall of Famer, right? Like,
Wait,
because
say that
Flacco,
again?
if Matt Ryan would have won the 28-3 Super Bowl, if he just won that game,
Yeah,
he's probably a Hall of Famer right now. You know what I'm saying?
maybe.
Flacco has his Super Bowl, like he has.
I gotta look at Flacco's like career numbers now because I don't know.
we got it. He's got 44,000.
Oh, you got it right there.
Yeah, 44,000 yards in the air. 252 touchdowns. Like they're not bad numbers, but to your, like the eye test, right? Or like at the top of my mind, I feel like Matt Ryan is a good comparison.
Merlin says Flacco needs another chip if we want to consider him a Hall of Famer, which I think is fair.
I think it's fair.
That's fair.
I think it's fair.
Yeah, I mean, look at his touchdowns. Like he's never thrown more than what?
He's never thrown
25
30.
touchdowns in a year.
Yeah, and that was a long time ago, or 27.
So
He's got one
he had that. They obviously don't win that Super Bowl without him, and that was one of the craziest runs.
Yeah.
But I don't think one Super Bowl run puts you in
Yeah,
the Hall of Fame.
Eli,
It's like
Eli needed two.
Yeah. Eli needed two crazy Hall of Fame, two Super Bowl runs to get there because he didn't have the regular season stuff. So
Yeah.
I think Flacco comes up short. Yeah. If somehow he won another,
If
Super
they
Bowl,
win it this year, it's up.
if he
It's
wins another
up.
Super Bowl, it's a lock because it'll be crazy with the Colts.
Two different franchises. You put up Peyton Manning numbers. I did that just for Merlin.
Sorry, Big Joe. You're just gonna fall short. All right. Next we got the NFC East. So who we got coming out of the NFC East?
Give me the Commanders, bro.
Okay.
They're legit.
Commanders.
I'm
they are
buying
legit.
in. I'm buying in on Jaden Daniels. I'm buying in.
They are legit.
Eagles are trash. Their defense is not good enough. The Commanders, both sides of the ball, they've been killing it. And I'm ready to. It's been half a year. I think half the year. It's been 8 games, right? I think that's enough for me to buy in on Jaden Daniels.
Okay. I'm going with the Eagles, man. We know it won't be the Cowboys because they won last year, if I remember correctly. Giants just kind of suck, so it is what it is. But I don't think the Commanders are as good as y'all are making them out to be. I saw them play my Giants. They should have lost that game. I saw them play the Bears. They should have lost that game.
Yeah.
They got a couple, wins that, and again, I don't want to knock them for anything. They were in those games, whatever.
Yeah.
I just think the Eagles have more. Like, I know I don't believe in the Eagles defense at all, but they have the weapons that I don't think the Commanders have. And I believe Brian Robinson is out. I think I just got that alert on my phone.
He's out? Is he playing? I thought he's out today?
He's out today. It sucks because I got to set my lineup.
I gotta swap him out. He's on my team right now. I gotta swap him out.
I gotta swap him out. I think
he's
Amari
out.
Cooper is also out if you have Cooper. So I don't know. I have more faith in what the Eagles have, and all that hullabaloo about Sirianni seems to have died down. So
until they lose,
and they haven't been losing. So it is what it is. I'm gonna go with the Eagles, bro.
I'll say this, right? Like, obviously, I want it to be the Eagles, but I do think because of like strength of schedule, like it will be, it's gonna go down to the wire, really. Because I mean, they play the Giants again this week. You see, like they play the Steelers, play the Eagles, Cowboys, but then it's like Titans, Saints, Eagles again, Falcons, like it's not a strong schedule. So it's like I don't see them stringing together like losses. You know what I mean? Like multiple losses. Like I can see them winning every single one of these games if like it's possible. You know what I mean? So I think they're hot. They believe, like they're they're rolling. They have. I mean,
they believe.
They believe.
No, I think narrative. I
get what you're saying.
Just like the Sirianni thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like it can kill your season or it can make it. Like that Hail Mary, you know what I mean? Like that kind of solidified, like this is our, you know what I'm saying? Like we've turned it around and we're actually like a good team. But because they played a good game against the Ravens too. Like a few weeks back, they lost it, but it's like they can beat any team.
The thing is, they haven't played y'all yet, right? So it's
Yeah.
like y'all have a chance to put 2 up on them just from those games, and it's like, and y'all get the Giants again too. And when y'all play us, like I was at the last game of the season or whatever, it's like you'll know what you're playing for by that point. Well, with the Commanders, they're playing us now. We're still tough-ish, and like Brian Robinson's out. Like I don't know, man. Commanders might lose today.
I mean, it's possible. I'm looking at the Eagles schedule too now, and it's just like it's not that much crazier. But I mean, we still have to play the Ravens. Like that Steelers game for both of us is going to be a good game. So it's like I don't know. I think the NFC East is always like this, where like a lot of the division games are like there's 3 division games to end the season for the Eagles. So it's just like the season is right there. You know what I mean? Like those 3 weeks are gonna kind of define it. So I don't know. I could see it going either way. But
no Cowboys respect at all. We not gonna mention them.
No.
Okay.
No,
not
because what worries me about the Cowboys is it's Dak and that's it. Like I don't know if you saw the Zeke Elliott story. He got benched because he's missing meetings and stuff. Like he's
too old
checked
for that,
out.
bro.
Yeah.
They tried to bring in Dalvin Cook. Like he's clearly cooked. And then Rico's a good change of pace back, but he's not like a bell cow. So it's like they're leaning so much on Dak. And like,
did y'all see when they showed Dalvin Cook and he was drinking that little bottle? Did y'all think he was drinking? Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Alcohol? I didn't see that. No, that's crazy.
It was last game. Look it
on
up.
the sideline, just like
look it
taking
up.
swings.
He's got one of those little bottles, the little shooters. He's drinking it. I'm like, what is that?
Oh yeah,
it's not water.
There's no way, bro.
Just type in Dalvin Cook bottle and you'll see it.
No way.
There's
no way.
Can you pull it up?
Yeah, let me see if I can pull it up.
Oh, look at this.
Sebastian, you tell me. You tell me what this is, man. What is that?
Oh,
what is that, man? See, appears to drink a shot of vodka on the sideline. What is that, Sebastian? What is that, man? I saw it live. I was like, yo, what is that?
That's insane.
Come on, man.
There's no way. Man. Oh,
it's not water. So I don't know.
It's definitely not water. That's crazy to just join the team off the street. Like your NFL career is by a string.
Y'all not realizing what y'all are doing, man. Y'all casting too much on him, man. There's no way.
Yo, Cowboys are done.
No
Cowboys are done.
So yeah, I can't sign up for the Cowboys.
But the thing for me with the Commanders, and it's not about stats. It's all about like just vibes. Like this just feels like a Jaden Daniels year. Like that Hail Mary,
they believe.
Like stuff like that happens. Like when stuff like that happens, it's not just a one game thing. Like it's like every year there's some team you have to get the lucky breaks. You know what I mean? And it just seems like the Commanders just have whatever it is. It feels like they have it behind them.
Yeah.
Merlin says Eagles in the chat. He says they have more pedigree at this point.
Well, and look at it this way too. They have. I'm looking at points for. They have the second most points scored in the NFL.
Most in the
after the
NFC,
Ravens. Yeah, most in the NFC, even more than the Lions. So I mean, it's for real, man. Like it definitely could go either way. So I don't know.
Some close divisions, man.
I'll say Commanders are looking like the Texans of last year.
Yeah.
So
it's a good count.
What's next? AFC West. So we got the Chiefs. 7-0.
Stop. That's it.
Broncos 5-3.
We done.
Chargers 4-3.
Stop it.
I don't think it's done.
There's 7-0.
You taking Bo Nix? You taking
shout out?
First off, shout out Bo Nix because I'm starting Bo Nix in fantasy this week.
I'm not even saying. I mean, honestly, I think Denver is better than people think, and Bo Nix is getting better. I could see them making the playoffs possibly, but however, the Chargers, that defense is kind of crazy.
But yeah, the Chargers defense is crazy.
Defense is kind of crazy.
They've only given up 91 points all year.
They haven't given up more than 21 in a game.
Yeah. I like the Chargers much more than the Broncos, just because
Yeah.
of Herbert and Harbaugh and that coaching staff. They're really committed to that offense and running the ball down people's throats, playing that clock control. Like you said, the defense is holding it down too.
Yeah.
But I think the Chiefs are just the Chiefs. They're 7-0.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to win the division. As far as wild card goes, I can see one of the wild cards coming out of this division.
Yeah.
I think the other wild card is going to be in the AFC North between the Ravens and the Steelers. I think one of them is going to get. There's 3 wild cards now or 2 wild cards.
I think it's
Didn't they change it?
2.
Is it 2?
I think it's 2.
Okay, yeah. So I think the AFC North will get 1 wild card, and probably the AFC West between the Chargers and Broncos, I can see them getting the second one.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. Because the AFC North is definitely gonna have 2, you would think. Yeah.
It's 3 wild card teams now. They changed it a couple years
It's
ago.
3 wild cards. But the
it's 3
Chiefs are
wild cards.
winning the AFC West. I don't think anybody needs to say anything.
I don't
regarding
know, bro.
All right, man.
I don't. Yo, put it this way.
There's no way.
Hold on. The Chiefs have looked terrible.
Yeah,
and they're
but they
7-0.
But they also haven't like
coming off the bye with Andy Reid. bro.
all I'm saying is they still have
It's
to
over.
play.
They're not gonna
They
get
still
better.
have to play the Broncos twice.
Okay, cool.
They still have to play the Bills.
That's what's up.
They still gotta play the Buccaneers this week. Like they still gotta play the Chargers.
Do
That's
you-
a lot
do
of
you-
division
do you
games.
But
think-
we know-
Do you think the Chiefs could go 500 for the rest of the season?
I didn't say
Yeah.
they don't have to go 500.
What would that record be? You
They
know what
do,
I'm
though.
saying?
Because they're 3 games. They're 3 games ahead of.
But why do they have to go 500? They could lose 5 games. I think
Yeah,
they
they
could
could lose
easily
5
lose 5 games. I mean, it's like they haven't won these games impressively. Like they beat the Raiders by 7 points last week.
Bro.
Like
But
just
talk
like,
about
let's
talk about pedigree. Talk about pedigree. Like we know what the Chiefs are.
I'm
you
not,
know
I'm
what
not
I mean?
arguing
Like,
that. I'm not.
They're not.
I'm
They're
saying
only going to get better. They're only going to get better.
no, and I'm saying that I do think that their pedigree is the reason why they're winning these close games, right? But I just don't think that's a consistent formula that you can kind of live by. Like at some point it's got to start clicking. Like before we hopped on here, like Sebastian, you're like, oh, the Giants could easily be like, what was it, like 5-1 or like 4-2?
4-2, 5-1.
Yeah, 4-2.
That's cap.
But-
Okay.
but-
No, just based on how the games were played out.
But
and
the
things.
difference is probably the pedigree. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just
Yeah.
that's
It's
the
the
difference.
It's the difference between the Jets and the Chiefs, because the Jets have had a chance to win every game they lost. They've gone into the fourth quarter. Aaron Rodgers has the ball in his hands. They miss a kick. He throws a pick or something, right? Those good teams don't lose those games. Even when they're playing bad, if they get a chance to win, they somehow find ways to win. And that's what the Chiefs have done this whole year. They just find ways to win. I think that's a mark of a really good coaching staff. Patrick Mahomes, they know how to turn it up when it gets clutch. And we're just waiting for the Chiefs to start clicking. Like they
And that's
haven't
the
started
thing.
clicking, and they're 7-0. But
They're
they're going to start clicking.
They've been the least impressive undefeated back-to-back champions I've ever seen, and they're trending upward. Kelsey's finally getting more involved in the offense. They just got
They got Hopkins. They got Hopkins.
Yeah.
But
You're telling me that they're losing this division.
There is a way though, but because the thing is, just like how we're waiting for them to click, if they lose 2 games, the whole narrative flips. You see what I'm saying? Like it's the same, because if they lose to, because first of all, we're already know that everybody's already saying that the Ravens are the best team in the AFC. Like that's already a narrative out there, and they're not even winning their division. So the
AFC is crazy, but
all I'm saying is if they lose, they're 7-0, but if they lose 2 games, especially if they're back to back, it's it could change. If one of them is a division game, it could change something.
I feel like what you're speaking to is the fact that you don't believe that they're gonna make noise in the playoffs, and we're just saying they're definitely gonna win this division.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference. What
I'm
you're
not
saying is
saying-
all real, but it's they're gonna win this division though.
I think the only
You know what I'm saying?
the only reason I think that is because I think if they are gonna fall off, it's gonna be from losing games in their division. That's the only reason I'm saying it. So I get where you're coming from, but I think how I was saying, if they lose 1 or 2 games, I think one of those games is gonna be to the Broncos or the Chargers. You know what I mean? If it's not, I don't think that they're gonna lose. Then they're gonna be 13-3, or you know what I mean? Like it's going to be one of those years. But I think if they do fall off, it's going to be because they start losing to those teams.
I'd have to look
Yeah.
at what the Broncos or Chargers like.
They're just really good
Actual-
defensively. Like
I
they're
gotta look at their
really good
schedules.
defensively.
I gotta look at who else they play because they got to start winning games. Then, like I just
They
don't
are,
believe in them
though.
to win, though.
But,
I
but
don't.
I'm saying like they're 5-3, 4-3. Like it's a tough division. Like they're not bad. They're not bad teams. Like they're same record as the Ravens. They're just not looked at as those teams. So that's why I'm saying like those are sneaky games, especially division games,
We'll see, man.
where they could win. Broncos beat the Chiefs last year, man.
Colin not gonna like this, man.
I do like Bo Nix in fantasy though.
Yeah.
He be running. I love those running QBs.
He's
Got like 20 points the past like 4 or 5 weeks. So
He's on the
yeah.
way.
Bo
Yo,
Nix
when's the trade deadline? Is it this week?
I don't know. It's coming up.
in IRL.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's coming up.
Hmm.
Let me see.
It's got to be soon.
Chiefs should go get Darius Slayton for a first round pick, man. What's up?
NFL trade deadline.
It's basically a second.
November 5th.
Oh,
shit.
that's 2 days from now.
3 days.
4 p.m.
Election day?
That's kind of crazy.
That's kind of crazy.
But all right, next is NFC West. So we got Cardinals leading the division at 4-4. Then 49ers 4-4, Seattle 4-4, and Rams 3-4. So it's pretty much even. It's anybody's division.
This
Toss up.
one's wide, yeah, more so than any other division. This one's wide open. I mean, on paper, you got to figure the 49ers get going eventually, but they're so banged up that I don't know, man. I like the Rams, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
If Puka had a little scare this week again with his knee, but he's supposed to be playing. If him and Kupp are back, like we've seen what that offense can do with Matt Stafford. Stafford's been there, done that.
Yeah.
Of all the quarterbacks in that division, I'll take Stafford over all of them. You mentioned Kieran Williams earlier in the show. Yeah, I'm giving the Rams. I'm taking the Rams.
I'm going with the pedigree, the theme of this show. 49ers. It's got to be the Niners. And if you look deeper at some of these numbers, they're the only team in the division with a plus-minus like point differential.
Yeah.
Yep.
They do have 2 losses in the division already, which is a little
say,
tough.
they
It's a
do.
little tough. But when they win, they look like, okay, this is the team that we expect them to be. They're just not healthy. So if McCaffrey's back in a couple weeks, if Debo can stay out of the hospital with shortness of breath, I don't remember what he had going on. I just believe
losing Ayuk was huge though.
Yeah.
It was, but
He's their only legit like outside threat.
Yeah.
Like Debo is clearly the number one, but he's not like he's more, I don't want to call him a gadget player, but Ayuk was your traditional out wide. They don't have an out wide guy anymore.
So if you guys are the Niners, would you make a trade? Like, would you go after like Mike Williams or something? Would you go after
like
any one of these other?
Do they have money? Like, I don't think they have the money. Like, I don't think they have it.
Mike Williams could work out because I think he's on a 1-year deal. They can get the Jets to take the contract, but yeah, I mean they got what's his name? Ricky, the rookie, Pearsall.
Pearsall, the one who got shot.
Yeah. We'll see if he can do something. But yeah, I don't know.
I'm going Niners, man.
I'll say this. I don't think the 49ers have a good win this year. I think they have one. If you want to count the Seahawks game, that's their only good win. I mean,
didn't they beat the Cowboys? Didn't they beat down the Cowboys?
No, they beat the Cowboys last week by 6. And they definitely had the game. It was
up heavy.
They were up
early.
more than a 6 game. Yeah, but what I'm saying is like the Cowboys. Yeah, they lost to the Chiefs, they lost to the Cardinals, they lost to the Rams, they lost to the Vikings. Like those are the teams that you got to beat. They beat the Jets, they beat the Patriots, they beat the Seahawks, and they beat the Cowboys. Like, so they don't have a good win. So to your point, like, yeah, they when they win, they put up 30 points, and it's like, yeah, but it's against teams that aren't playing well. So they have to beat someone at some point, and they're losing in the division. So I don't know. Like I said, I like the Ravens. I think the Seahawks were good early, and they've kind of started to fall off. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched the
You
Cardinals
said the
enough to
Ravens? You mean
know.
the Cardinals, or you mean the
Yeah,
Rams?
sorry, I meant the Rams.
Okay.
The Cardinals, I don't know. They're a weird team to me. I don't even know if they're
But
they're
it's
tanking or what.
those they could have won those. Like those were close games though. They were one possession games, so it's
Yeah,
not
but
like
what Sebastian said, the theme is pedigree.
Yeah.
If
But
that's
the
why,
pedigree not shining through.
yeah, like
yeah,
if the
and
reason we're
yeah,
going with them is pedigree, they haven't shown it. Like so,
yeah. And like I said before, good teams win those games. You know what I mean?
like they still got to play the Lions, they still got to play the Bills.
I think
They got the Packers.
I
Like
have more faith in them to pull it
I-
out. But I get you.
that's a
I
tough
do.
schedule.
That's a tough schedule.
It's also how much faith you have in CMC
Yeah.
Yeah,
because he's coming back.
It's a whole different team when CMC is back, to me.
Yeah,
At least
but
it's
do you
different.
really think he's gonna be CMC of CMC? Like, didn't he have 2 Achilles or something? Like both his legs were something messed up.
crazy.
Like
we better hope
so
for our
crazy.
fantasy team.
We gotta hope.
we better hope. But yeah, I don't know. It's tough to bet on the 49ers right now.
Yeah, he had Achilles tendonitis in both of his. Like that's a serious. I don't know.
Yeah, he got everybody with that. Got his money.
Ooh. I think we lost Lee.
Oh, did we? Oh, we'll get him back. But
I
let's.
think we got one more division left, right?
I think we got 2 more. We got
2 more?
Yeah, we got
the
the
AFC North and the NFC North. Right?
Yeah, so we got AFC North is Steelers. So we got Steelers, Ravens, Bengals, Browns. Steelers are 6-2. Ravens are 5-3. Bengals 3-5. Cleveland 2-6. Yeah, I mean you got Jameis Love. You got.
Listen, y'all know me. I picked the Ravens to win the Super Bowl this year, so obviously I think they're gonna win the division.
Yeah.
But you were the Steelers. I think you picked the Steelers to win the division to start the season.
Yeah.
They 6-2 and they haven't even played a game in the division yet.
Yeah.
So they could really run away with it if they get some. Who they play this week?
They play. Let's see. The Steelers play the Commanders. That's a good.
They still
game.
not playing. Why they always division games back half of the schedule? It's kind of crazy.
I don't know. What? But now they got but then they play Ravens, Browns, Bengals, Browns.
All in a row.
So it's like it's 4 in a row after that. 4 in a row. So I don't know.
What happened?
Lee's back.
It was weird. Before I could only see Clay, but I could tell he was talking to you. But I think I'm good now. I just rejoined.
Something going on. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I can hear you.
Now Sebastian had problems.
It like jumped my audio back to the regular computer instead of my headphones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So we were talking about the AFC North. Again, I'm the Ravens guy. I think they take it. That's a crazy. Whoever put the schedule up for the Steelers.
Yeah, that's kind of wild.
4 straight division games.
Yeah,
that's kind of tough.
And then you got the Commanders and the Eagles like on both ends, and then it's Ravens again, and then it's Chiefs, and then it's Bengals. Like
so they have like
tough.
7
that's gotta
consecutive
be,
games.
That's got to be
like
one of the hardest remaining schedules left.
They have the best. They have one of the best defenses in football, though. So
Yeah. They got Mike Tomlin, so they're gonna be 500.
They're gonna be They already 500.
Yeah.
Actually, that was a brutal schedule you just read off, bro. That's a lot of
crazy.
losses. I envision a lot of losses in that.
That's crazy.
But that's because I'm a Ravens guy.
But they got Russell Wilson. You don't believe?
I was gonna say Russell Wilson's starting now.
You don't believe?
We'll see.
Okay.
I still think Justin Fields starts. I still think Justin Fields starts by the end of the year.
Think so?
There's 6. I mean, Russell hasn't looked bad.
I think they did him dirty.
Fields,
dirty. I put it this way, and this is kind of, I mean, it goes kind of back to the Chiefs thing a little bit, but Steelers are 6 points, literally like 3 points in each game away from being 7-0, or actually 8-0 because they haven't had the bye.
But it's hard for me to trust them because we've seen this from them literally every year.
Yeah.
Where obviously you mentioned Mike Tomlin, like this team always overachieves, and like there's a reason Mike Tomlin's going to the Hall of Fame. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's like he's maximizing what he can out of this team. Yeah. But like, do you really see them making a legit run? Like we see this every year. Second half, they always kind of come down to earth a little bit.
And they 6-2, bro.
I think
Yeah,
I mean, that one year they
nice.
were 11-0. One year,
They
a couple years ago, they
I-
were
I-
11-0 or something.
I do agree, but I would say that with this team, like their offense has just not looked good at all, and like
all.
they're still doing it. So I'm like, it's got to get better at some. Like you got to find something at
Yeah,
some
but you
point.
can't. It's week. It was 9. It's already halfway through the year.
But-
You're
but-
not going to figure out your offense now.
No,
Well, hold
but to your
hold
point,
on.
you said
They had a
Russell Wilson.
completely different
Yeah,
quarterback the
yeah.
first like 4 games, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They're not just going to all of us. It's going to take them a couple weeks to really
Pickens
get going,
looked
and then
good,
by that
man.
time, it's going to be too late.
Pickens looked good last game.
Pickens still look good.
He looked like he was unleashed.
I still got the Ravens. I like the Deontay
Yeah.
pick up just to have another wide receiver who can drop the ball for him.
Yeah.
But Derrick
Yeah, that-
Henry's on a heater, bro. Like he looks crazy, and it's Lamar. So I'm going Ravens. And between
going
Tomlin and Harbaugh, I like Harbaugh a little bit more. So
Okay.
I just do.
Do you think? I mean, I don't know what the Ravens' schedule is, but like, do you think?
They should have won that goddamn game versus the Browns. Bro.
All I know is Lamar is leading in MVP odds right now.
Yeah.
Is he?
So yeah, if
It should be
he's
Josh
quietly
Allen, but
doing it,
whatever.
he quietly might win his 3rd MVP.
Yeah.
It should
and
be Josh
back-to-back.
Allen. I still think it should be Josh Allen.
I don't know. I think Josh Allen started it off strong, and then he's kind of.
He out here
slowed it down a little
turning Keon Coleman into a household name, man. Give my boy his respect. Khalil Shakir.
I mean,
Yeah, Khalil Shakir. They got Amari Cooper now too. But
Come on, man.
I will say back on the Ravens thing. Do you think the Ravens need to win the division to have a chance at the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Because I think
Yeah.
I don't think they win the division. Or
I think they need home field.
They need home
Going-
field,
yeah.
like
Again-
throughout the AFC. Like they need to find a way to get above
not-
the Chiefs. I'm
I
still
was
serious.
yeah.
They're
I'm
not
specifically-
going in the arrow. They're not going in the Arrowhead and win that game.
Yeah, exactly. I think they can beat every other team in the AFC on the road, but the Chiefs, they're not going into Arrowhead and beating Mahomes. They're gonna have to somehow get the 1 seed, which is gonna be kind of hard. They're 3 games back on the Chiefs. So
yeah, but that kind of goes to your point before. You said because you don't think the Chiefs are gonna fall off, so they're gonna have to go to Arrowhead.
yeah.
So
But that'll be like the AFC Championship
They
game. You know
needed
what I
that
mean?
Browns win, bro.
They
But
really-
again, we already said that we don't believe per se in the Chiefs having a long play. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think we said earlier, we don't think the Chiefs are going to have this strong where they win multiple games. They're going to have a long playoff run. They'll probably be out in the 1st or 2nd round. Granted, if they have a bye, it's different. But
well,
I don't think.
but that's
Listen,
what I'm
I don't
saying.
think this Chiefs team beats the Bills.
Right, but what
Oh.
I'm saying is like you got to go based on what like the numbers. Like you're saying that they're going to win the division, you don't think they're going to fall off. So they're going to be the 1 seed. They're going to be the 1 or 2, so they're going to have a bye.
They're undefeated. They
Yeah,
should be.
but you're saying like, oh, I don't think that but you're also saying they're going to have the bye. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then they're going to have. But
I think the Chiefs lose their first playoff game to the Bills. That's my
Yeah,
prediction.
if they play the Bills, but you're also saying another top team, Ravens, they can't beat them in Arrowhead. So you know what I'm saying? Like you're saying that they're not that good, but you're also saying there's scenarios where they're not going to lose.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean,
All things can be true, man.
They
what
can't.
what would really suck is if somehow the Steelers win the division and the Ravens go get a wild card.
Yeah,
That means you're gonna have to play the Chiefs in round 2.
yeah, and
In that Arrowhead.
that
And
that
they
might
gotta
happen.
figure it out, bro.
So yes, the Ravens have to win the division.
That might happen.
to avoid the Chiefs until the end.
You know what? They got Derrick Henry now, man. They don't got to be worried about the Chiefs either.
If you look at their remaining
Well-
games, it's tough.
Yeah,
They got a tough schedule too. So
I think they'll learn. I think they would learn from last year's playoff game where they kind of abandoned the run and they kind of let Lamar try to throw it all over the place.
yeah.
I think now with Derrick Henry, you're kind of forced to like give him the ball or else you're an idiot. So maybe it'll be different in the playoffs this year with Derrick Henry.
if the Ravens lose, like if the Ravens don't make the Super Bowl this year, like do they got to make some big changes? So what do you do?
do you mean, like fire Harbaugh? What do you mean?
I'm just saying a big change, like fire Harbaugh, or just because it's one of those situations where it's just like they're right there. You know what I'm saying? You probably don't need much, but it's like how many times are we going to keep running back the same thing?
I feel you. Trade Harbaugh for Tomlin, right?
Yeah.
And see what
Yeah.
happens. Just to see,
it's
just check it out.
It's tough because like we talk about windows all the time.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know what the Ravens window is. I don't know
Yeah.
how big it is because they've been, like you said, they've been in the same spot
Yeah.
for like all of Lamar's career. Like they just can't get over the hump for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So I
And
don't know
Lamar
what they do.
be folding.
But that's what I was gonna say.
He be the
Lamar,
problem
it'd be
sometimes.
Lamar. So it's like if he goes and he wins his third MVP and they lose to the Chiefs in Arrowhead, it's like
if he gets his third, he's turning into Peyton Manning, where he's just dominating regular season, winning MVPs, but he just can't win the ring.
Yeah, that's a good comparison.
I feel like it's more unique than Payne even because in my mind, Payne just didn't play well in those games, right? Lamar has had like career-defining games where it's like, yo, I fumbled a snap. You know what I'm saying? Like just gaffes in moments that were like, yo, this is your fault. Like Payne is like, this just didn't look good. The team fell short, whatever.
Yeah.
Lamar, it's like, yo, you messed up.
Last
Specifically,
year, he
you
didn't look
were
good.
the reason.
Last year he didn't look good.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. But
shout out to Josh Allen, though, bro. The real MVP.
Josh Allen. All right. And last one is the NFC North. So that's the Lions 6-1, Packers 6-2, Vikings 5-2, and then the Bears at 4-3. I think this is the toughest one to choose for me.
This is definitely the best division.
Whoever wins the game today is winning.
Whoever wins the game
today. Is Lions and
Packers.
and Packers today in Lambeau, I believe.
Yeah, the Darnold hate is still real, man.
And Jordan, stop it. And Jordan Love is playing. So I think
I don't know. It's supposed to be a rainy day in Green Bay, I think. So I kind of think that favors the Lions with their run game. I feel like they're just gonna give it to Gibbs and Montgomery. So it's kind of boring because the Lions right now are on top, but I still think it's the Lions. That team is still the most complete. They still have the best O-line in the league. Losing Hutchinson was huge. That's the one thing that I could see holding them back because I don't know if they could really have a replacement pass rusher on that defense. But that offense is so complete with Montgomery and Gibbs running it, and then Goff is, we all know what Goff is. Give him a good team around him, he'll take them to the Super Bowl. He's not going to carry them, but you give him the pieces, he's proven he can take them there. So
yeah. I feel bad with the Hutch situation because I genuinely believe, like with him, the Lions are.
Oh, they're easily,
They're like, I don't want to just say contenders. I feel like they're the favorites, like to win it all.
Yeah,
if he's playing.
Yeah, they've been arguably like to me. I feel like they've been like the best team in football, like for a while now. And it's just
dude, they're making a joke of teams right now. Like they're putting out trick plays in the first quarter. Like, LOL, bro.
But you heard the coach though? They were like, "Are you scared about?" It wasn't Dan Campbell. I think it was like the offensive coordinator. They're like, "Are you scared of putting all these like trick plays on film?" He was like,
"So there's more, right?"
He said, "There's no shortage."
Yeah,
there's no shortage of trick plays. Like the bag is deep.
Shout out to Jared Goff, man. I want to say I believe the Lions are just a better team than the Packers overall. I believe in their weapons. I believe in. I like Love over Goff in general.
Same.
But Love is like goofy. He's like gangly. Like he'd be like falling. Yeah. Like he just looked weird. Goff just seems like the more regular, prototypical quarterback, and the Lions bag is insane. I just like the weapons that they have. Yeah. I really wish Hutch didn't get hurt, man. I would have put a ticket in on them to win the Super Bowl this year.
I will say in a weird way, as I'm like looking at the schedule, I'm like, I don't know if it matters much, but they're really not playing anybody this year. Like throughout the entire year.
Yeah, but they're not playing. They're not playing anyone, but they're still dominating them.
He's saying they're not gonna have. They're not tested, right?
Yeah, I agree. Like they're like they played the Titans last week. Titans suck, and they put up 52.
Hold on.
They're doing what they're supposed to do.
Hold on. You started this section of this segment was saying that this is the division.
Yeah.
Right? They still have to play the Packers twice. They got to play the Bills, I think. still.
Yeah.
And the rest of the division, which everybody in the division has a plus point differential.
Do they play the Vikings?
Yeah, but you're
So
but you're saying like you're saying like for example, they got to play the Packers this week. Okay, let's just say they split, right? They got to play the banged up Texans. I don't think they'll have an issue. Like the Jaguars, no issue. Colts, no issue. Like Bears, like they're not gonna have an issue against. Like one of them might be closer. Like it's a division
Bears,
game.
alright.
Yeah, man. But like we're talking about like I'm talking about competition.
Niners. Hold on.
but
Niners,
you-
Bills, Packers, Texans, all on the schedule. You're like, they ain't playing nobody.
No, but you also said Bear. Like you can't say that the Bears are competition. Like if I'm saying they haven't played
They're
anybody,
over 500. They're over
Yeah,
500.
No, I agree with you.
but you can't.
I agree with that.
Then everybody's competition. You know?
No,
like, you can't say the Bears.
I'm saying I can't go as far as to say that there's nobody on the schedule. Like you're saying that the schedule is light. It's not light to me.
I'm saying it is based on like where the games are placed. Like because Texans, right? Like we just said the Texans are banged up. So it's not the full stack Texans. You know what I mean? Like so it's like they should win that game. Today,
so the Lions are paper champs right now, as you tell me. And they're gonna be paper champs when they win the
I'm just put it this way, right? They're what? They're 6-1, 7-1. So if they win today, they'll be 7-1, and then they play Texans, Jaguars, Colts.
That's 3 wins.
Yeah, it's 3 wins.
I would expect them to win 3.
They'll be 10-1, and then they play the Bears. They should be 11-1. They play the Packers. Let's say they lose. Okay, they're 11-2. Then they play the Bills. Let's say they lose that, right? 11-3. Then they play the Bears again. You know what I'm saying?
The Niners and then the Vikings.
Yeah, but it's like it's over by then. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's
I get
over
what you're saying, but like of those teams you just named, like 6 or 7 of them are over 500.
Yeah, but they're not good. Like because
the Lions will be favored. The Lions will be favored.
They should be favored in every single one of these games. So maybe depending on what the Niners look like at that time.
But also you're forgetting like if you look at like the full scope of the conference, like we have like the Saints and Panthers are both like have 3 wins combined. Yeah, you know what I mean, so like that's tanking everything. Giants are tanking it too. They're 2-6.
Like they don't play us though.
No, but I'm saying like that tanks it overall. You know, like they're playing teams where it's like the divisions that they're playing are like because even on the flip side, they play the AFC South. The Titans are 1-6. The Jaguars are 2-6.
Yeah.
So it's like it's top heavy. So they're not like. It's like that's why
just
the Bears
say they paper champs, bro.
But that's why the Bears can be 4-3. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yo, but the Bears also almost they had the Commanders beat. Like they had that.
That's fine.
The Bears are a good team.
But listen, in that division, are the Bears? Where do the Bears fall?
They're the worst team.
They're the worst team in that division.
Hold on, but that's my point. But the worst team in this division,
they're the worst team in the best.
They
division.
had the Commanders beat.
Yeah,
the best
I'm not saying that, but I'm not saying that they're bad. Like. I'm not saying that they're a bad team. I'm not saying they're trash. But I'm saying you're already saying that there's 3 teams above them in that division. And then the NFC still has other teams that are going to be better than the Bears. So they're going to be in the middle somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
My point is,
that's all I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is you're simultaneously saying this is clearly the hardest division in football.
It is.
But also saying that the Lions have got a cakewalk to the rest of the season.
But what
I don't see how both of those things could
yeah, but you're saying the Bears. It can be the
They're
hardest.
part of that division.
Yeah, but
the Bears can beat them.
But what I'm saying is the Packers and Vikings could both be legit Super Bowl contenders, and the Bears could be trash, and it could still be the hardest division. Like it doesn't have to be contingent on the Bears.
That's not the case.
It is though.
The Bears are a wild card team right now. The Bears are a wild card team.
Yeah, like the Vikings, Packers, and Lions can all win this division. The Bears,
that whole division can make the playoffs.
Yeah,
that whole
that's
division
what I'm
can make the playoffs.
But the Bears are not winning the division. You know what I'm saying? But the Vikings and Packers can win the division.
They're not a good team that's going to put up a fight in a game.
They're not going to win the division.
I fully envision that the Lions blow the Bears out.
But you didn't. But that's exactly what I said to begin this. You keep flipping the point because I even said when they play the Bears, it will be close, but they should win. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But
they played the Bears twice, right? They played the Bears twice.
Yeah, they still got to play the Bears twice.
Yeah. The Bears are 4-0 at home. So that game in Chicago, I wouldn't be surprised. And it's a divisional game. Like, you know how the NFC East is. It's the same thing in every division. Divisional games are split. You know what I mean? Like,
you know damn well Lions are going to put the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised. It regardless of the teams, any divisional game is a toss-up.
They put up 52 with no JMO.
Yeah, with no J-Mo. Yeah.
No J-Mo. The special teams outscored the Titans.
Yeah, they wrong, bro. I mean, it's the Titans though. It's the Titans
But
though.
the special
Titans are trash,
teams
yeah.
outscored the Titans. Like they're throwing up points. Like
Hey,
Caleb,
man.
you don't know what Caleb's
like-
gonna look like week to week.
My whole point is like I wouldn't be surprised if the Lions split with the Bears 1-1. It's a divisional
I wouldn't be
game.
surprised.
On paper, they're
I would.
close, but
The Lions are just better than them.
Yeah,
They just are.
I wouldn't be surprised if they split. I wouldn't be surprised, but it's just
If you talk about the Vikings and the Packers, sure. The Bears, they not winning either of those games.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
And
I like Caleb, bro.
I mean, the Bears have like on paper, they're statistically right there with all these teams.
But I think the reason though, like a big reason why you still would say that they would split is because they're in the division. Like if the Bears were in a different division, we'd probably be like, oh, Lions are winning that game.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like,
I mean, it's just like they play each other all the time.
You play somebody twice is what it is.
Yeah.
I just
It's hard to
think
beat
the
a team
Lions
twice. It's hard to beat a team twice,
Yeah.
regardless of how good or bad they are. It's hard to beat a team twice.
Yeah, I be saying that. I'm a Giants fan, bro. We be getting beat twice a lot. All right.
I mean,
You're a Jets fan, bro.
that just shows how much.
Yeah,
Patriots was beating y'all
Patriots
twice
beat
a
our-
lot, bro. It happens.
Yeah.
There's a class
I
difference.
don't know. I don't think the Bears are that good.
Not no more, but yeah.
I don't think
The
they're
Bears
that
are good. The Bears are good.
I don't think they're that good.
No, Bears are good. The Lions are just in a class.
They're a good
They're
team.
over
They're
there.
not-
I
they're-
I don't think the Bears.
The Bears are a good team.
I don't think
are
the Bears
good.
are that good. Man.
We got a comment in the YouTube from Mike Super. It says Lions offense is just too nice.
It is. It's too nice. It's too. We talking
They
about
got the
Bears.
best O line in the league. You can't. Yeah, it all starts up front
Talking
with that
about
O
the
line.
Bears, man. Come on.
The Bears.
Come on. They
You're
haven't
sleeping on the
beaten
Bears,
anybody
bro.
either. They haven't beaten anybody either.
The Bears.
Their best win is the Rams. Everybody else is the teams that are literally have 5 wins between them combined. They beat the Titans, the Panthers, and the Jaguars.
They had the Commanders on
Yeah,
the
so
road.
they beat
talking about
they
the
beat bad
Bears?
teams. They beat bad teams. I'm not
talking
saying they're
about the
Super Bowl
Bears, man.
contenders. I'm saying the Bears are like they're right in the middle. The Bears are a
trash.
decent team.
The Bears are
They're a
trash.
decent team.
See, CFC goes to here. Now he's saying the Bears are trash.
Now they're
I-
trash.
But when I
didn't
bring
real-
this
I
up in
didn't
2
realize
weeks,
that.
you'll be
Now
like,
they're
"Yo, I
trash.
wasn't on
I
that."
didn't realize their schedule. I didn't realize their
Come
schedule.
on,
They're
man.
kind of trash. Yeah, I'm not gonna
Yo,
lie.
they had the Commanders on the ropes, bro.
They did. They
They
did.
had that game won
They did.
But it's the same.
on the road.
They did. Wait, with Jaden Daniels with broken
With-
ribs, man. Like they did, man. They had him on the ropes.
Hey, that's
And they
y'all
lost.
said he won in the division, bro. Broken ribs and all.
Yeah,
Stand on it.
I did. That's why they beat the
the
bum
Bears
Bears.
should be 5-2. The Bears should be
They should be 5 and 2,
They
man.
shouldn't be.
My
5
man
and-
really
They
flexed
should.
in the
They'd be the
camera.
worst 5-2
Big-
team.
Mid Hail Mary.
They'd
I
be
mean,
the
if
worst
you look at
5-2
points,
team.
if you look at their point differentials, they're like what plus
But they
40
haven't,
something
they
right
haven't
now. So it's
played
like,
anybody. They're benefiting from not having a hard schedule.
yeah, but that's what you can't hold the schedule against them if they're beating these teams
but I
and they're
can't
beating them.
use
You know
it
what I
in
mean?
how I evaluate them, though. If we're talking about how good they are, like their record is their record. You know, like they still could make the playoffs, sure, but they're not that good. Just like we said, the Chiefs, they're not that good, man. Like if you beat the Panthers,
they can make the
Jaguars, and
playoffs,
Titans, that
if
doesn't
they have
tell
the-
me anything, man.
If on one hand you agreed that all these teams can make the playoffs,
Yeah,
you can't make the playoffs if you're a bad team. That's all I'm saying.
yeah. If your schedule is trash, you can. You can absolutely.
You are what
It's
I
too many
mean. They
games.
can't
You
control the
be a
schedule.
bad team, bro.
Yes, you can. Like we just
Yeah.
said, they added another wild card like game, and like there's trash teams. They literally have beaten the teams that are the most trash teams in the league.
And they're
Yeah, so
fourth
what-
in their division.
So what are they
But
supposed
yeah.
to do?
See, that's what I'm
What are
trying
they
to tell
supposed to
you.
do?
But
So you're
all
what?
But
Do
all
they
I-
have to win by 50 to impress you?
No,
Or
no.
like-
I'm saying they should beat a team that's not a bottom feeder. They could beat the
No,
Colts.
no,
They could
no,
beat the
no, no,
Texans. They
no.
could beat the Commander. They
That-
haven't
that-
beaten any of those
these are
teams.
two different arguments.
No,
again.
it's not.
Yeah.
'Cause
You
I-
talk about making the playoffs as
No.
a bad team.
No, you. Oh, okay.
They're not
right.
bad. They're
You're
not
right.
a bad
You're
team.
right.
You
You're
can't
right.
say they're a bad team,
You're right.
bro.
You're right. No,
The-
but
The
what I'm
Titans are a bad team.
But what
the Bears are a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
team.
the
They're
Titans are a
decent. Bears
bad team,
decent.
and guess what? That's who they beat. Those are the teams that they
And
beat.
good teams beat the teams they're supposed to, right? That's what we said
Yeah,
before
but
about
those
the
are the
Chiefs.
but those are the
Good teams
only
beat the
games that
teams
they've
they're
won.
supposed to.
Good teams also beat other good
But
teams.
you can't hold that against them. You can't
I
hold the schedule
can.
against them.
I can't. If I'm
'Cause they're-
evaluating them,
If they're winning, if they were losing
Yo,
to those teams,
so-
that's one thing. But they're
I
beating
need y'all
them.
to. I need y'all to make a bet. Are the Bears
No.
making the playoffs or not?
But Lee.
Who won it?
I'm not saying the Bears are making the playoffs. I said they could make the playoffs.
Lee. So
I said they could make the playoffs.
Are the Rams better than the Bears?
Yes.
Okay, they have a worse record, right?
Yeah. Because they've
So
been hurt. But they
but
the
you're
Rams
justifying
team now,
it by them being hurt, right?
The Rams team
You
now
can
is
use
not
them
the
being
Rams
hurt.
team.
You can
The
use them
Rams
being
team
hurt,
now-
but I can't use the schedule.
Yeah.
Are the Bears better than the 49ers?
Wait, hold on. Are the Rams a different team with Puka and Kupp healthy?
They are. Just like how I said, the level of competition that you beat matters. Because listen to what you're saying. Are the Bears better than the Rams? Yes or no?
Are the Bears better than the Rams right now? No.
Are they better than the 49ers?
No.
Are they better than the Lions?
No.
Are they better than the Packers?
No.
Are they better than the Vikings?
No. What's your point?
Are they better than the Commanders?
He's naming all the teams that are going to make the playoffs. I think, anyway.
Are they better than Commanders?
No, they're not better than the
Are they
Commanders.
better than the Eagles?
I think they're like right behind them. I think they're right behind them.
But they're not better than
Yeah,
them,
right
right?
behind them.
You said they're right
No.
behind them, so they're not better than them. Are they
No.
better than the Falcons?
I think they're the
It's a good
same.
game.
I think they're the same.
Okay,
Yeah.
so maybe. Are they better than the Buccaneers?
Yes.
Okay, so out of potential are they better than the Seahawks? We'll throw them in there
Yes.
too.
Yeah, they're better than Seahawks.
Okay, so they're at best they're 9.
Yeah.
Based on right
17
now.
and
based
7
on
teams
right
make the
now.
playoffs. Yeah.
Based on right now, you're saying they're 9. So they're not a good team.
If they're in the playoff hunt,
no,
if they're in the playoff hunt,
no,
if
they're
they're,
not.
if they're in the playoff hunt, how
But
are they a bad team?
You just said that they're on the bottom half. You just said it.
There's no set number of good teams. All those teams can be good. Just
But
be,
you-
you know
but
what
you
I'm saying?
just
Like
said
there's no
but you-
arbitrary cutoff.
No, but there is because that's just
There's
one
not.
division. But
can-
that's one conference.
Well, there's only 10 good teams. If you're the 11th team, you're
Okay,
trash.
so-
No, that's not how it works.
Okay, but what are you're giving them the benefit of the doubt for a lot of stuff because you just
I'm
named.
giving them credit. I'm giving them credit for doing what they were supposed to do. You're right. They played bad teams.
Right?
And
the
they played
credit
bad
is
teams.
but the credit is they got the win. But they don't. That doesn't mean that they're a good team. Like we literally just named 9 teams that were definitely better than them right now, and you had.
He didn't say definitely. For
No,
all
but
those
no,
teams,
definitive. But he said yes, and then there were other ones that he said maybe. That's what I'm saying.
Arbitrarily,
nine
take
of them
away-
he said yes, and then there was 2 that he said maybe, and that was one
You can-
conference.
Okay, but wait.
So I'm saying-
you're
and
bringing
there's at
all these
least-
other teams into it. All these other teams have nothing to do with if the Bears are good, though.
Yes, it does.
We're talking about the
Yes,
Bears.
all
What does the Eagles roster have to do with
No.
the Bears roster?
Because all I'm saying is kind of like because for your logic, I could say that the Panthers are a good team. You know what I'm saying? Because they haven't
How?
because it doesn't matter who that they play. This that like
They lost to those teams.
Yeah,
The Bears
but
won
okay,
those.
but just like how you said they lost to those teams, the Bears have lost to teams that are worse than the teams that you said are better than them.
At the
You
end
get
of
what
the
I'm
day,
saying?
what's the Bears record? At the end of the day, what's the Bears record?
But see how you keep flipping back to the record though? You know what I'm saying? Like
Because that's what matters. The wins matter. Not
yeah,
the,
but Lee,
They
they
have-
have to play
they're-
somewhere, Lee. Like everyone who like who's over 500 is a good team. Is that what we're saying? I'm just trying to figure out where.
if you're over 500 and you have a point differential of plus 40, yeah, you're a good team.
Okay, so can we say that they're the lower half of the good teams? Is that fair to
Yes,
say?
that's my point. That's my whole point.
Okay, and
You're calling them trash. They're not trash. They're a good team. They might be a lower tier of good teams, but they're still a good team. I'm not going to
Okay.
sit here and say they're a bad team. You can't say the Bears are a bad team.
Yeah, so technically, by that logic, the whole NFC West is not a good team because none of them are over 500, and none of them have a plus differential.
and that's what I'm trying to say.
The 49ers do have a plus point
No,
differential.
they have a plus differential of 20.
28.
Their point differential? Yeah,
Yeah.
they have a positive point differential.
But they're not 500. Or they
They
are
are 500.
exactly
They are
500.
Yeah.
They just got the 500. They won their last game.
But I think maybe it's just the syntax. But it's like you're literally saying that they're the lower half of
The good
the
teams.
good
That's my point.
teams. But they haven't beaten
I called them
anybody
good. I didn't call them
I
Super
did.
Bowl contenders. I called them good.
And all I'm saying is they haven't beaten anybody good though.
And
They're
then
the
you-
lower half of the good
I
teams.
hate that argument. I hate that argument because
How?
what are the
That-
Bears supposed to do? Like
But-
they can't
but
prove you
Lee,
wrong.
but
They can't prove you wrong. The only thing they could do is beat those teams, and they beat those teams.
No, but you're saying the only thing that they could do is beat those teams. That's not the only thing they could do. They could beat these other good teams, and they didn't. You get them? Like that's what happened. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not taking away from them winning against the teams that are less than them, but
Didn't
also
the Ravens
lost.
lose to the Browns? Didn't the Ravens just lose to the Browns?
I understand that, but what I'm saying is the Ravens have also beat other teams. All I'm saying is the Bears haven't beaten anybody that we're saying is a good team in that
beat
range.
The Rams.
Yeah, but I'm saying the people that are in that range, they haven't beaten any of those good teams.
So at the end of the day, you think the Bears are a bad team?
I do, yeah.
He said trash.
I think at most.
That's why you said trash. That's why I got a little like. There's no way you can call them trash. They're not trash, bro. They're 4-3. Like they're not trash. If the Panthers are trash and the Titans are trash, there's no way you can tell me the Bears are the same level as them.
Okay, they're not that much further up, man. Like you just named like a whole bunch of teams that are above that.
Yeah, but again, like the other teams don't impact if the Bears are good. Like
it does. It does when you're talking about like winning and you're talking about like kind of and you're evaluating the teams. Like maybe they're not trash, right? Like they're not Panthers trash, but it's like it's kind of.
That's all I'm saying. They're not Panthers trash.
But it's just like when you're saying who's below them, it's like we've said it would be the Giants, the Saints, the Panthers, and that's it.
It does. My whole thing is it doesn't matter if there's 10 good teams, if there's 15 good teams. If you're a good team, you're a good team, right? Like compare it to basketball in the Western Conference, the 8th seed was better than the 3 seed in the East, right? That doesn't mean that 3 seed is better.
But what you're saying,
you know what I'm saying? Like there can be. There's no limit of how many good teams there are.
But what you're saying, if you're doing the comparison, that means like in the NBA, like the teams that make the play in, like we're gonna say that they're all good teams, as long as you make the play in.
The play in, no, come on.
But that's the same thing because we said
you can be under 500 and make the play in.
No, but it's equatable because you said the Bears can make the playoffs, right? So if the Bears can make the playoffs, that'd be the same thing. If they make the playoffs as a wild card, it's the same thing as a play.
I don't consider the play in the playoffs.
It's a wild card. It's literally the same thing.
No, the reason it's called the play in and it's not round 1.
All right, man.
They don't call it round 1. They don't call it round 1. They don't call it round 1, right? They don't call it round 1. What's round 1?
All right, man. I just know they're both win or go home. Some teams get a bye, some don't. And the teams that lose, they go home.
Why do they call it round 1? How come they don't call it round 1 if it's part of the playoffs?
How come they call it the wild card?
That's too funny, bro.
How come they call it the wild card? Bears are not a good team.
Yo, can I ask y'all something?
Yeah.
Because we gotta get the start and sit.
All
right, let's go.
Should I start or sit like Pittman or Tracy Jr.? Because I have like 30 minutes to decide. Because Brian Robinson's not playing today, so I had to figure out what I'm doing with that.
Who are the Giants playing?
The Commanders.
They lost.
I'm benching Tracy.
So pay Pittman over Tracy?
Joe Flacco all day.
Okay. Right.
I am a Giant hater too, but I'm going.
I don't know why you hate us so much, bro. We don't do that to you.
Y'all trash.
Oh,
we have the same record as y'all.
Yeah.
Same record.
All right, let's get started. Sit.
Caleb Williams. Bears will win that.
Bears?
Yeah, Bears will win that division.
All right. Start off first one, DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift against the Cardinals. So DeAndre Swift, sit or start?
Start. Next.
I wonder what Lee's take would have been. I wonder what it would have been. I'm starting DeAndre Swift, man. Screw it.
Yeah, DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, he got a couple good games in a row, man. Why not?
Yeah, against the Cardinals. I'm gonna sit him because the Bears are trash. And I think the Cardinals win this game too.
There's a lot running on this game, bro. I
think the Cardinals.
I'll start DeAndre Swift. I mean, I I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go. Who's winning? I don't want to start that. As far as DeAndre Swift, I'm starting him. He's got a touchdown in 4 straight games. So I
he's
see
been
that
good.
continuing. He's been good. Yeah, I'll roll with him.
Good. He's been getting a lot of touches too. So
I hope he sucks this week because I'm playing Toby, who's in the chat, and he got him. So I hope he's absolutely terrible.
Okay.
I hope he fumbles 3 times.
That's crazy. All right, next
It's
one.
a career low for him.
Nick Chubb. So Nick Chubb's back. He's against the Chargers. So Nick Chubb, sit or start?
I'm sitting him, and I got him. So I'm actually sitting him. Just Chargers defense just really good, bro. Just hits. And Nick Chubb hasn't looked great to start his roll out into the season. I know he got that touchdown in the first game back, but I think after the bye is when Nick Chubb is really gonna pick it up.
Yeah.
J-Mo.
I don't care if you need this win more than me, Toby.
They got J-Mo, man. I'm starting Chubb.
You
I think Jameson's good enough to get them to the goal line, and then I think Chubb's gonna get a touchdown.
Okay.
So give me Chubb.
I'm gonna sit him this week. I definitely think like Chargers defense is great, and like after the bye, I'm definitely high on Chubb, but I'm gonna sit him this week.
Yeah, that Chargers defense is legit. I just think Chubb is gonna get the volume. He's gonna get 15 touches. So.
Yeah, he has been getting a lot of touches, and they said they haven't unleashed him yet. So
yeah, if they want to win, he's gonna have to get 20 touches.
Yeah, that I can see that.
I'm about to start Chubb anyway, man, just to spit in the face of that trade.
That's crazy.
Because apparently, I don't got to bench nobody.
That's crazy. All right, Michael Pittman. So we got Michael Pittman at Minnesota. Joe Flacco taking the reins. Sit or start?
I'm starting all the Colts receivers.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm starting Pittman too, man. I gave you my advice, so I appreciate that. Hopefully it works out. But Pittman just looks better when Flacco's there. Like their whole offense just looks better when Flacco's there. So
I don't have the stats in front of me, but I think it was like 3 games he played with Flacco, and like those were his 3 best games all year or something. So
it's crazy what competent quarterback play can do for a wide receiver. It's insane.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
I can't believe AR is that bad. This bad. Yeah, I can't believe AR is this bad. Not even that bad, but that dumb to take the playoff and be like, "Oh, I'm just tired." It's like, come on, bro, just lie.
I thought it was okay.
My hammy hurts. It's like,
oh my god, there was so many. We had this huge debate about that in our group chat. PFC thought it was okay that he said he was tired.
If you're on that O line, you're okay with it.
Swinging on him, bro.
I thought it was
swinging.
That was fine.
Different generation. Yeah.
All right, I got an interesting one. Which recently traded wide receiver are you going with this week? So Amari Cooper, D-Hop, or Deontay Johnson? So I'll go one at a time. First, Amari Cooper, sit or start. Or it says he's out, but so he might be out.
Yeah, I'm saying he's out. Yeah, he's not playing today.
So not Amari Cooper. DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, this is tough. Yeah, I gotta go DeAndre Hopkins. I just feel like before the Deontay trade, I didn't want any of the Ravens receivers just because like it's so volatile and you don't know. 1 week they could get 1 catch, next week they could have 20 points, and now you add another receiver in there. It's just like it's hard to predict, you know what I mean? But I think with Hopkins, I think he only had like 15 snaps or something last week, so you would think they're kind of ramping him up a little bit. And when Mahomes has shown to have like a guy hold lock onto him, if that guy is hot in the game, we've seen it with Juju had that one game where he just locked onto him because he was having a good game. Obviously, Kelsey's going to draw the attention. So yeah, give me Hopkins.
I really don't believe in any of these guys, to be honest with you. Outside of Cooper, and he's not playing today. So between Deontay and Hopkins, give me Deontay, man. Give me Deontay. Mahomes, just the way he throws has been goofy this year. Okay. Like you say, he locks on one target. Is that person going to be? I'm sitting Hopkins. Yeah, I'm sitting all of them personally. I'm not starting Deontay either right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm benching Deontay.
Yeah, I think definitely benching Deontay. Hopkins, I'm on the fence. I think I'd start him. I think maybe I don't think he has a great week, but I think he's has more volume. Like Lee said, maybe gets a touchdown. And I honestly think like maybe the next 2 weeks he's not that good. Just because they're playing Denver defense, they're playing Buffalo. So I wouldn't be surprised if he has like a decent game and then he is kind of wavering and then turns it up towards the end of the season just because of circumstance and learning the plays. But yeah, I'd start him this week.
Who are they playing?
They're playing Tampa Bay in Arrowhead.
Oh,
that might be a shootout.
That's probably be a shootout. Yo, Tampa Bay can't defend nothing in the air.
Yeah.
I'm still sitting them. Screw it.
Yeah. Okay. And we're benching Deontay. So next one is Calvin Ridley. Since D-Hop is gone, you're sitting starting Calvin Ridley against the Patriots at home. I think Mason Rudolph is starting too.
Bench. As soon as you said Mason Rudolph, bench.
Damn. Was it Levis last week or was it?
Levis is trash too. I don't know.
But who was it last week? Because he went off last week. That's why I see.
I think Levis got hurt last week.
Nah, Ridley went crazy last week.
Yeah.
But he wasn't playing the Patriots. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, it was against the Lions in that game that was added. Yeah.
I don't envision this being a shootout, so I'm gonna say bench Ridley, bro.
Yeah, I'm not falling for that game last week.
Yeah.
Where what he had a crazy ass week at 143 catches. 143 yards on 10 catches. But yeah, he ain't doing that.
It's funny because the odds that anybody started him last week are so low. And
yeah,
it's like, oh man, he could.
And now you're gonna start him. I've been that happens too many times. The 1 week wonders.
Just look at his trend, bro. Well, 8 points, 26, 2, 3, 1, 7, 23. He's due for his next.
Well, even if you look at the targets, it's like he had 8-9 targets like the 2 weeks before and did nothing with it. So it's like.
To be fair, did you see that Will Levis low light of those? When he had those eight targets, 0 catches.
Yeah, but it's
the reason he's not playing, but
it's just like he's featured. You know what I mean? So it's like he's even if you look at like the first few weeks, he had 7-6, not crazy targets, but he's just been trash all year. It's weird because I don't even know really where you rank him now.
He's like a bye-week flex.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just talking about like in real life. Like, is he still good? You know what I mean? Like, is he a trade target for another team that needs a wide receiver? Like,
if I'm the Chiefs, I'll go after him. Why not?
It's like
it's too late now. They already got Hopkins.
Yeah,
so
but it's like you just don't really know, And I think he's like 30 now. So
he's 29.
Okay, yeah. So,
yeah, I don't think he's no longer like clearly not a wide receiver 1 anymore. Yeah. I think he's like a low end wide receiver 2 in real life, not in fantasy. Yeah. In real life, I think he's like a low end wide receiver 2. In fantasy, he's like again a bye-week flex.
Yeah. All right, and last one is: are we going with Leggett or Coker for the Panthers? Now that
I'm going Leggett. I'm big on Leggett. Coming out of college, I think he's just like he's got all the tools. The problem he's just had Bryce Young thrown to him. So
I think Bryce Young's starting this week. I think they said.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Sebastian.
I don't even know who that second person you said was. So definitely
Coker,
not starting him.
Jalen Coker.
Don't know who that is. I'm not gonna act like I do.
He had a touchdown last week, man.
That's what's up. Bro. There's no chance that this man would be on my roster and starting.
He's a deep ad.
He's a feature, man.
Yeah, listen, shout out to him. I like Leggett, similar to what Lee said, coming out of college. I think he's cool. He's probably not starting for me either, though, to be honest with you. Like, there's got to be a better option.
Yeah.
I don't know. With bye weeks and injuries, it's getting rough out there.
Yeah, I think one of these guys potentially could be like a league winner. You know what I mean? Like depending on.
Yeah.
I
drafted him in one of my leagues. Not Coker, Leggett, just on some rookie. Maybe he blows up. I wish I drafted Brian Thomas.
I got one more serious start for you guys. Since I just saw DK Metcalf is out.
Okay.
What about Tyler Lockett?
Oh, Tyler Lockett.
Would you play Tyler Lockett?
I don't know,
With
but
no DK?
that means I'm definitely starting JSN.
I feel like Lockett's due for
Metcalf
a
is
game.
out.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
Metcalf's
I'm not
out.
playing Lockett. I'm not playing
You're not playing Lockett.
I think
I feel like
Lockett
he's due.
needs Metcalf to be effective.
Well, they still got what's his name? Jackson.
But JSN, I feel like also kind of needs.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think they're the same. Like I don't think JSN takes enough away so Lockett can be effective now. You know, like I think he's older now. Like they were showing it last week where it's just like he was getting like no separation. Like,
yo, I have another sit and start for y'all as well, but it's like multiples. So let me hear what y'all. So I have in that league where I didn't get to play Adams or whatever. I have Kelsey and Otten for my tight end and flex situation. I also have Wandale and Tyron Tracy and Nick Chubb, all as options to go in the flex. Would you start Kelsey and Otten for a dual tight end this week, or just sub Otten out or Kelsey out for one of these dudes that I just named?
Who are the ones on the bench?
Wandale, Tyron Tracy, Nick Chubb. Also, my wide receivers are Lad McConkey and JSN this week.
I'd go dual tight ends, to be honest with you.
Dual tight end? That's what
I really like Cade Otton. Since
they throw that ball, bro. And
since especially with Evans still banged up, Otton's really their number one guy. So
okay.
I would go him.
And any of them over Lad or JSN?
When do they play?
Lad plays at 1, JSN plays at 4:25, and all the bench guys play at 1. So
I like Lad. I'm flexing Lad in one of my other leagues.
Yeah.
I'm flexing Lad.
I'll play Lad. So you gotta play two. I don't know if I'd do two dual tight end. I mean, I think I play one of the other tight end. I mean, both of them play on Monday.
Yeah.
So like that's
it's
like
PPR, right?
Yeah.
That's
why I'm like, yo, it's PPR. They're the number one option on their offense right now for both of them.
Yeah.
As far as pass catchers. So it's like I feel like I can't lose with that, but at the same time, it's like you're starting a tight end in a historically like it's just not a great year for tight ends. So
yeah, they're both playing well, but I just I don't know. You know, Wandale gonna give you 10 every week.
That's what I'm saying. He's gonna give you 10, bro. He's gonna give you 10, bro.
10 every week.
He's gonna give you 10.
Like, you know you're leaving 10 on the bench. So do you think they're gonna give more than 10? I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe the only other one I might play is
Tracy,
maybe
right?
Yeah, maybe Tracy.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
But that again, they're playing the Commanders, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough matchup.
I think Tracy scores this week, but I don't know, man. We do got a couple. I am big on Tracy. We have a couple of comments from the YouTube. I guess I can read them off real quick. Alex, a while ago, when we were talking about Anthony Richardson, said you can't be tired. I think it's a nod to you, PMC.
Yeah, you can't be tired, bro.
They're saying Sick Coop. I mean, he's out. Star Hopkins. D-Hop got Patty Mahomes. Deontay's only playing 10 to 15 snaps from Mr. Apologies.
Yep.
Sid Calvin Ridley. PP. Tracy Wolfson talking to Harbaugh. Oh, so that's probably in regards to Deontay. And then I'll play Chubb over Tracy, and they play in my Chargers. I feel like the Chargers have a really good defense, so I don't know. That's why I'm kind of shying away from the Chubb.
Yeah, but I just think Chubb is the volume play. You know what I mean? Like, he's gonna get
volume.
Yeah, he's gonna get the ball. Yeah,
you can kind of live with that.
So should I play Chubb? That's the other option. I can drop.
That's the option.
I like those tight ends.
It's in the flex, so it's either dual tight end or I start Chubb over one of them. Essentially,
I would start Chubb over one of them because they both play Monday, so you could choose who you want till Monday.
That's true.
But like Chubb's gonna get that volume.
It might be one of those like 15 touches, 40-yard games.
Just no, bro. This is the only.
Last week,
I'll tell you this. This is the only time I can do dual tight ends.
But last week was also what's it called? National Tight End Week. I think it was last week.
Yeah.
So all the tight ends were going off. So
yeah, that was funny. Yeah.
I should have did it last week. I don't won.
Yeah, last week was the week to do it. So
who's your other tight end? It's Cade Otton and
Kelsey.
Oh yeah, you gotta play. I will play. Kelsey, you gotta play.
Yeah.
And then
That's what
I
I'm
really
saying. So it's Chubb or Otten at this point.
like look at Ott in the past like 2-3 weeks. Like
he's been great.
he's been
That's what I'm
great,
saying.
yeah.
And Chubb hasn't done shit, bro. I'm like, yo,
I'm playing Otten. Give me
I
Cade.
think I'm playing Otten, bro. Fuck Chubb. Fuck Chubb, bro. Fuck Chubb. That
last
Monday
2
night
weeks-
tight end about to be fun.
The last 2 weeks, Otten's got 17 catches for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks. So, and that's when Godwin went out.
Godwin's out.
Yeah.
Evans is still out.
10 targets both games.
Yeah, he's been.
They're gonna throw. You know what I'm saying? And it's the hardest thing to do is to defend against a tight end that can catch the ball for real.
I think that's what the Chiefs are gonna take away. Number one.
That is also true. The Chiefs are like that.
Yeah, like Chiefs are very big on like these other dudes are gonna beat us, not him.
Hey man.
So it's definitely tough though.
That's a good one though. Yeah.
All right, Sebastian, you ready for your parlay?
No, but we'll see. It's been a while. Are we live?
Yeah,
Are we
live.
All right, y'all. You know the vibes. It's normally $10 for the parlay of the day to win you some money. 10 legs, $10. I'm being broke right now. I had a rough Halloween, rough stuff that went down this week, but 8 legs, only $2, but still $410 payout. So right now I got money line Giants. I do like that Brian Robinson's not going to be playing in that game. They're plus 166. Overall, like the history of their rivalry, the Giants have always played the Commanders, whatever you call them now, tough. Even the last game that they played, the Giants probably should have won that game as long as they had a second kicker rostered. They ended up having to go for it a bunch of times and not winning because of it. I'm picking the Ravens money line over the Broncos. That's only minus 460, but I think coming off of the loss they had last week, the Ravens are going to bounce back. Bengals money line over the Raiders, minus 360. Again, I believe in the Bengals, and the Raiders kind of suck. I got Tyreek Hill anytime touchdown versus the Bills. That's plus 145. I think it's time to see Tyreek Hill get some pay dirt. I do have the Bears money line at plus 108 at the Cardinals, and I know that's a bit of a risk because the Bears haven't won a road game all year, but they were very close last week. Somebody doesn't flex towards the end of a Hail Mary, we might have a different conversation there. Eagles money line at home versus the Jaguars at minus 335. I just think it's a pretty safe bet. I think the Eagles should be able to deal with the Jaguars. I do have the Lions money line at minus 142 at the Packers. Jordan Love is playing, so it should be a bit of a toss-up in that one. I kind of wanted to go with the Packers just because I had the plus, but I just believe in the Lions. I really do. And then I have the Buccaneers beating the Chiefs at plus 340 on Monday night. Y'all know how I like to play this game. If I can get to that cash out, I'll probably take it. But in general, I kind of like the Bucs in that game. The Chiefs can't be undefeated all year, right? So, yeah. $2 to give me $410.63. Hopefully that one cashes.
Good luck, bro. Good luck.
It's not too bad.
You're gonna get one of these. You just got to get one. You're gonna get one of these.
$2. It's not a huge risk, bro. $2 to win $410. Not too much. I only got one anytime touchdown on there. We'll see.
Looks good.
I like that. Yeah, I like the money line bets better.
Yeah.
You never know.
All right. So we got 10 minutes till kickoff. So like always, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see y'all next week.
That's all.
All right, peace.